In 2024, I sewed 57 garments using Love Notions patterns. Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina from liftingpinsandneedles.com. Welcome to this channel that is all about sewing, limitless sewing. And this is a channel that's all about creativity, hacks, sewing, tutorials, lots of practical content for you. And welcome to a whole new year, 2025. I have sewn a few garments already in this year, so that's good. You'll see those items in the next couple of days. In this first episode of the year, I'm going to share with you all the garments I made in 2024 using Love Notions patterns. 57 of them. Last year was 55. The year before was 55 also. So it's always around there. And if you do a little bit of maths, 57 divided by 148 is over a third of my makes. So it's quite a lot. This is all in the context of an exciting thing that's happening. New Year's sale over at Love Notion starts today, Monday the 6th, runs through Friday the 10th, 30% off site-wide. If you use my special code, you can get 35% off though. Now, this code is only going to be working for this sale. And that code is karina35. Karina, no capital, just karina35. This code is just going to work from the 6th to the 10th. After that, it will return to the code I'm going to use for these first 3 months of the year. Always check in the description box and at the top of the comment section where I pin all the information that you need to know so that you don't make any mistakes with the code. You just type that at checkout and then you get 35% off instead of 30. That's if you want to support my work, of course. I do receive a small commission from the designer, and that is one of the ways I make an income creating content here on YouTube. So now that you know all about Love Notion sale, which is exciting, have a look at this episode and get inspired. You're going to see all the items I made last year. And you also see throughout that I repeat patterns I've made in the past. Why? Because I think a lot of the patterns are a great base for hacks. Once I've made it as per the original, I'm always having ideas what to do in the future, knowing I have the fit right. I have a lot of processes that I don't have to do again, and then I can just have fun doing small changes. I started January with a new pattern release that was the clef coat. Gorgeous. I made one for my mum in a navy linen rayon blend, actually quite structured. She loves it. She wears it quite a lot. There you can see her wearing it with jeans. My mum is a very casual dresser, her loafers, that's a thing. She's really, really loved that one. With a clef, you can do a collar, you can do a hood, you can do a button placket, or you can do a zipper. I've done plackets for all of mine, and then for one you'll see later, I did a zipper. Then for myself, I made a mixed material one. It's Ponte Roma for the black and white print that you see there. Nice and structured, but still sort of soft, comfortable fabric. And then the details of the collar, the placket, the welt pockets, all of that are in black linen. I think you can mix materials like that really nicely and it looks really, really good. Then hopping into February, I started off with a fun refashion. I love doing refashions. I have a little collection of items I've bought, used, with the intent of refashioning them. They don't fit me or I don't like the style, but there's always something in common, that the fabric is amazing. I love it. I love the quality of it. And I think it's worth my time. So the first refashion that I did last year was using the Coda jacket pattern. The Coda is super nice. It's a really, really good base. I have the original made and got it to fit me nicely and everything. So then I got this linen blazer that was nicely oversized, gorgeous, gorgeous fabric, but it was too wide, drop shoulder. So I just put my pattern pieces on there, unstitched most of it and resewed it to get the fit of the Coda. And I think it's a really nice one. You can see it has a certain length there. Later on in the year, I went and I shortened it even more and got rid of that roundness in the front. I think that was upsetting me after a while. And I mean, I'm known to go into a garment 2 or 3 times after the fact and change little things. I don't have footage of that to show you, but as it is right now, that refashion is a little bit shorter and it's just got a square front like that, no roundness. And then for my birthday, there was a pattern release, the Aurora dress. Super nice. I made 2 versions for those birthday dresses. The first one I made was my muslin, my test garment, which turned out amazing. It's got this really interesting type of princess seam that starts off from here and then it finishes in a smaller area at the center of the waist. And then diagonal, you have these pockets. Very interesting pattern construction. So like a sheath dress silhouette, because it's got a straight skirt. You can also make it a little more A-lined and you can be a tunic if you want to. Short sleeves, long sleeves, all those things. But I love finding fabrics that have that type of print where it looks like I color blocked, but it's just a visual effect. I'm not color blocking. And then my second Aurora dress was red, athletic knit, Really nice textured fabric from very up close. It has a type of leopard type of situation going on there, but it's all red. Gorgeous. I really love that red dress. I think it was a really fun make. The Aurora dress is actually on my Patreon page as a full sew along as well. Then at the beginning of March, I tackled a project I was so excited about. After releasing the clef coat that was for women, then came the men's version. Same style, just did a different fit obviously, and I was so happy my son agreed to model and all of that, because sometimes he doesn't. He's 17 right now. You know, I can't just do whatever I want. I used a zipper in this opportunity instead of the button placket. I went all in and did Hong Kong finishes inside. I bound everything. It's all beautiful. I reused one of his old shirts from when he was little to make that bias tape. So it's like memory binding, as I call it. 100% linen. The fabric was quite pricey, but it was a good investment for me because I know that's going to serve him for such a long time. He can dress that up or down. He's worn it a couple times, so that makes me very proud as a mom. Then a new pattern was released, full-on stretch jeans, super nice. They have 4 leg finishes underneath the knee, flared, straight, skinny. I made mine with a straight leg because I feel that's the leg style that is the most classic. My first test garment was a red version, gorgeous stretch cotton with texture. It's gorgeous, super soft on, very, very nice to wear. Minor fitting adjustments. Is a toe file for the crescendo, so that's really helpful. And then I made my actual crescendo jeans in a stretch denim. Love the wash. Blue fabric, very nice medium wash. It's not too dark, it's not too light. Super nice, love those. In April, I made 6 garments using 3 patterns, which means I made 2 each. Something I do quite frequently. The Aria shirt, the denim version, so nice. I got inspired by some pleats that I did before in 2023 with the encore skirt. There's some box pleats in the skirt design, and I thought, why don't I incorporate those pleats into my Aria shirt? So I added a seam right here, and I have these little box pleats, and I also have one on the back. So nice. It's very, very pretty, and that dark gray denim is really nice because it goes with everything. And this can be worn on its own or as a light layering piece, short sleeves. I live in hot climates, so this is what I'm gonna get the most wear out of. Then my other Aria is actually one I'd made maybe 2 years ago. I made it as per the original long curved hem, you know, quite nicely oversized. But then I decided I wanted to crop it, and I added a waist casing so that it turns out more into a little crop jacket style. So cute. I love hacking things, you know, even if it's an item I've already made. If I can see a vision of how it can serve me better, then I'm going to go there, and I'm really, really happy I made that change to the Aria shirt I'd made. I think I made that red one in 2022, so that was fun. Then I made 2 teen lees. The teen lees can be shorts or a skirt. There's lots of options, pockets, pull up, flat front, elasticated back. And I made one using the same pleated detail I used on the Aria shirt with the same fabric, so it's a set. And I just added a seam down the center of the shorts and added that box pleat at the bottom. All the rest is the same, and it's amazing. It's so, so nice. The pleat details are everything. And then I grabbed the Tinley shorts because I love the fit and everything of them. And I just extended them for them to be flowy wide leg pants. I used a really gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. That's Femme Rio deadstock fabric in beige and black. Beautiful, beautiful. And I had just enough for making a top that you're going to see later on that I made a couple months down the line. The Juliet top is for knits. It's got this like round yoke here. You can add pin tucks there if you want. You can add a fake button placket. Made a new one, but instead of having a straight hem like the original version, I made mine quite a lot shorter and did a really, really exaggerated curved hem. Very pretty. That gray version's an ITY. It's really versatile. I can wear it for anything, even working out. And then I made another Juliet top in a heavier athletic knit. And instead of making it wide and flowy like the original design, I made it cropped. And I used a hemband that comes with a Lennox. The Lennox is a pattern that can be a top or a dress. Got different options there. And one of those has a hemband, and I thought that's cute. So I sort of just borrowed that hemband of the same size and put it onto this cropped version. And it looks really, really nice over flowy skirts, bottoms that have a bit more volume, maxi skirts, under jackets. It's really cute, and I'm glad I was able to use the Juliet for that, because the Juliet has a really nice neckline and details here, so I really enjoyed that. May was a really busy month for me using Love Notions patterns because I made 10 things. That's a lot. So one of them was using the clef jacket that was released in January, but this time I made one out of corduroy with a print. Instead of making the hem all straight around the edges and doing a little casing with a drawstring, I left it as it is. and I added a curved hem on the sides. To finish that nicely, I drafted a facing that I used blue linen with. Looks beautiful on the inside. And it matches one of my encore skirts as well, which is the second make of the month using Love Notions. The encore skirt with the pleats, that's the version that I like the most from the encore skirt. They go together really, really well. And then I can wear these two as separates and match them up with other things. So I think that's really fun. I am a huge fan of making sets because it just gives you so many options. You know, when you don't want to be creative and you don't want to think what to wear, you just grab a set and you'll never be wrong. I also made an Oakley vest. Now, the Oakley vest is designed to be more of a sporty type garment made out of fleece or something like that. You know, it's got binding on the edges. I've never made mine like that. I've always made them in linen, and I've always drafted my own facings to finish them off. This time I used like royal blue linen, beautiful, and love that. It goes over many things, and I was actually sewing a blue themed mini capsule collection that month, so that was part of it. Staying with the blue theme that I was sewing that month, I made a capri skirt, one of the new patterns that was released in that month. Gorgeous maxi skirts with gathered details, different types of tees and shapes, fake button plackets if you want, and the best is that it's just pull-up elasticized waistband. It's the type of waistband that's not a separate piece. You just fold in the top, sew it, put the elastic through. It's so easy. And the blue one that you're seeing there is view A. It's got like a curved shape on the front, on the top tee. Gorgeous. And I made an actual functioning button placket for that one as a hack because I wanted it to open all the way. When I wear long skirts, I always want there to be some type of slit so that I can get ventilation and show a little bit of skin from the knee down, from my legs. So that's what I did with that one. I also made a black one, the same view A, gorgeous, gorgeous rayon linen blend. I actually have fabric left over for that to make my mama version. So that's exciting. She loved my version. She would want one exactly the same. So that's going to happen. And then I made view D, which is using 3 tees. That's a red tencel material I was so fortunate to find. It's usually hard to find tencel in other colors other than gray, blue, black. But that time I found red, and that made me super happy. And that's a gorgeous, gorgeous skirt. Then we have a pattern that was released at the end of May called Chorus. And this can be either a knit dress or a knit top. They all have in common a gorgeous cowl neckline. You can do a shallow one or a deeper one. Beautiful. I have a navy athletic knit dress using the shallow cowl. I think that's the best option for me. Short little sleeves with a little slit right there. There's other options, of course. Then I made one for winter, also with the shallow cowl neckline option. Long sleeves. I have slits on the sides with my corners. I filmed the tutorial for that. And then my last one is a top, which is sleeveless ITY with a lower cowl neckline. It still doesn't show much. I do need to fix this area of the neckline to my bra straps to keep everything in place and everything not just opening up. So I have like a bra keeper in there, a little piece of binding with a little snap. So that's what I did there. There's a dress pattern called Tempo, which is gorgeous. It's got a sweetheart neckline, really wide bra-friendly straps. Little shirt panel on the sides, gathered skirt on the bottom that can have tees, can be short or long. And I've made tempo dresses. This time I made a peplum instead. And Tammy, for this feature Friday, she actually released an expansion sleeve. So this is a sundress obviously, but you can sew on a sleeve there. That's sort of like a statement sleeve. It's got gathers over here. It can be a puff sleeve or flared. So I added the sleeve onto there. And let me tell you how glamorous I feel in that top. It's just so amazing. I love the print. That fabric is Dead Stock Farm Rio fabric, which is a brand that's local in Brazil. And I found a shop that sold a few of their fabrics. So it's really, really special. It's so beautiful. And I have to say it's one of my favorite makes out of the whole year. In June, I started the month with the tidal pattern, which can be a top or a dress in knits. It's a really interesting design because it's a type of princess seam that starts from here. It's a fit and flare style. And I made quite a few of these in the past. This time I made a sweater out of it. Really nice red and gray material, very lightweight, almost transparent. I need a cami underneath, of course, because otherwise you would see everything. And it was such a nice fast make with a great fit. Really nice layering piece under a jacket as well because the sweater knit is so light. Then I got double brush poly and I made a dress. Beautiful black background, white big flowers. What's not to love? And that's a dress I've worn a couple of times and I feel really great. It's so nice to have such an easy to sew pattern that fits so well. You know, it's nothing stressful. You can get it done in an hour or two and then you have a beautiful dress. Love that. I shared with you 4 lyric dresses I made my mum. With a hack though, it's taken like 2 years to make them all. And one time she visited me in Brazil, I got the feet right for the first one, and then I made 3 more. And it's using the lyric bodice, which is perfect fit. It has a bust side over here. She wears a size 12 D cup. And instead of having a waist seam and the skirt, I just extended the dress to make her a straight skirt down below. She has quite narrow hips, so this was very easy for me to just extend and then add some darts for shaping. Really nicely fitted. It's got facings on the inside that I drafted. I made lining for them. They are all fully lined and they have lots of prints. They are all made out of linen. There's a black one, and then beautiful green print. There's a beige and black one, and then one with a border print with all these pink things on the bottom. Beautiful. In July, our pattern was released for swimwear, summer essentials. It's called Clearwater, and there's quite a few things you can make here. You can make a swim dress, or you can make it as a tennis dress. You can also make briefs that are fully lined. You can make shorties, you can make tankinis, you can make them as sets, as separates, so many options. Actually, quite a few, 7 garments using this pattern. One of them was my dress, which I made in a print with blue swim fabric, amazing. The dress, the tankinis have a shelf bra inside, and I did that with power mesh to give it a bit more support. Fit is really good. There's like a slight sweetheart neckline here on the front. Looks really pretty. To go under that one, I made briefs if I want to use it as a swim dress. I made navy briefs. Of course, I don't model these, but you can see them on screen showing them. They're fully lined. I self-lined them, so they have the same material on the inside, on the outside. Very nice, very easy to sew actually. And then I have blue shorties to wear underneath. If I want to wear these to go and walk or run or something like that, then I have the blue shorties to go underneath. They have pockets on the side, some panels, very nice. And then I made 2 sets. One is black and white, tankini and the shorties. Beautiful, you can see that there. My fabrics are athletic knits that are quite matte. They're not obviously athletic knits or swim material, they're not shiny. So I can also pull them off as regular garments and just wear a nice skirt or a pair of shorts or something, and I would be okay. And it's so comfortable because I don't have to wear an actual bra. I have the bra incorporated in there, so that feels really good. And then I have the green set. This one's a little bit much. I think it's like a cobra print or something in green. It's quite out there. It was really fun to sew. I have the Clearwater as well as a full sew along on my Patreon page. All the details in there too, but I did film quite a lot for the channel as well. In August, there was a pattern release called Tamba, and this could be either a dress or a blouse. It's for woven material. It's got raglan sleeves, which is amazing, always easy, and sort of whitish neckline with a casing, so it gives you all that gathered effect all around the neckline. Very beautiful. You can do long sleeves, short sleeves. You can do it just on the fold on the front, or you can do a button placket. I made 3 versions here. I have a dress that's very simple, just cut on the fold, front and back with the raglan sleeves. Just pull it on over your head in a tencel print. Gorgeous. Then I made a blouse in a green rayon twill. It's a little heavier. It's got the button placket on the front, long sleeves, like bishop sleeves down here with a little casing here. Very easy to sew, beautiful. And then my favorite, I would say, is the third one I made, which is for summer. It's short sleeves, also with a button placket. I'm a fan of the button placket. And this is a red cotton and glaze. Gorgeous embroidered details on this cotton. So beautiful. And I've worn that one a lot. These are quite an easy make, easier than you think. I really like that one. Then I made 2 Melody Dolman shirts. These are a pattern that was released in 2019, and it's been a favorite of mine. I've lost count how many I've made, and I don't think I'll stop. It's really nice. And I made one as a hack with a gray tencel where I extended all of this area, and then you have a gathered detail right here that goes into nothing at the hips. So there's no extra volume around the waist or the hips. All the volume is up here on the shoulders. I show you how to modify the pattern for that, and it's very easy. Love that. I have a hack where I add a back facing to make the cam collar easier, and you don't need to snip anywhere or do the lengthier process that the traditional cam collar has. So I always do that, and I find the process much faster. And then the second melody is with a beautiful, gorgeous fabric. It's a silk cotton blend, which is extremely hard to find. When I found it, I lapped it up, and plus I love the plum and the gray print in there. It's beautiful. This one is a little shorter, and I straightened out the hem so it wasn't that long and curved, just because I have enough left to make like a little tank or something. I really wanted to maximize the use of that silk. So I just made this one a little bit shorter to have a little bit more left over. In September, the band camp shirt was released. This is a pattern for men and women. Different patterns, of course, but there's a version that you can make for the men in your life and one for yourself. And I made two for my son, who also graciously agreed to model for me. Gorgeous. I made one in a black linen, just plain black linen, just how he wants it. It's got a little patch pocket here on the chest, little cuffs on the short sleeves. You can also make long sleeves with tower plackets and things, but we live in Brazil, it's really hot. My son does not wear long sleeve shirts. And then I made one in a green tropical print with a black background. And I bought quite a lot of that fabric, and I always knew I was going to make one for him and one for me. That fabric is not a feminine fabric at all. It's quite neutral, it can go both ways. So I made one for my son, and he's worn that to church, which made me really proud. And of course, I'm not going to wear my version at the same time because that would be ridiculous. But I made myself a version of the band camp shirt, sleeveless though. I also have a really clever hack for the camp collar as well to make it easier, where you do a little burrito roll with the back yoke. Also doesn't involve any snips. So that's fun. And then I made myself a lighter color tropical print one with sleeves, sort of a beige background with a little bit of a leafy thing going on there. Very nice. This is such a good fit, such a wearable pattern. And I know in the future I'm going to make more of these for my son. So yeah, it's really nice to have patterns to sew for men. You know, there's not many patterns around. So I'm really, really happy when Love Notions has a few of these around that are quite of a basic for them that you can make over and over. So that's cool. In October, I made a really cute skirt. It's a skirt with shorties all together sewn onto a waistband. So this is really cool. I use the Ravinia skirt. It's got a beautiful pocket detail on the front with a bit of gathers, nice A-line shape. And the one that you see there is quite short. The Ravinia does not come that short. I just shortened mine quite a bit, so it would be slightly longer than the shorties underneath. For the shorties, I used the Clearwater set. There's a pair of shorties in there. That's what I used. And then I just united everything around the waist area, just basted it all, and then plopped on the Ravinia skirt waistband on the top. I could just pull this on and go to the gym, and the zebra print, all that, I love it. Then I made another little capsule collection, this time using beigey colors and a little bit of an animal print going on. I did two refashions, pants, bottoms. One was a pair of shorts that I bought, very nice fabric in a cotton twill, just the wrong fit for me. So I unstitched them. I reused the same fly that I had there, the zipper, the pockets, the welt pockets I kept. But I put the glissando shorts on top. So the feet you see there is the glissando shorts on a pair of bought shorts. Used garments in great condition, bigger feet than what I needed. So I just tore those apart and I put the Allegro bottoms on there and got this amazing pair of pants. It's just pull up, amazing, love those. And to go over those, I use the Luna pattern, which is for pajamas actually, but I don't make them as pajamas. I use them for regular things. So I made a Luna cami in a zebra print. And then I also made a Luna dress. It's supposed to be a slip dress or something, but I make it as a dress with athletic knits. That is beautiful. To go on top and to match, I made a Metra blazer, but I've been making ones that are all raw, no facings and sleeveless. It's a very nice make, very easy, with a scuba suede. I have a black version I made a few years ago that I wear a lot. So I made this time that caramel tone. It goes with all of these other makes. Super beautiful. And then to finish off that little set, that little capsule collection with the same fabric I made the Metra blazer, I made a Cebu pencil skirt. The Cebu collection is for knit fabrics and there's like 7 types of different styles of skirts in there. I just used a simple pencil skirt to make that one and it's so nice, pull up. It's gorgeous. There's only 3 more and I made these in November. In November, we had the pianoforte dress, which is a jumper. This one is not included in the sale. I made 2 versions. One is a cotton twill. It's like a denim. It's got a bit of a print. And this is my summer version. It's beautiful. You just slip it on over your head. You don't need zippers. It's quite a lot of nice ease around the waist and the hips. This is really easy to sew pockets that are diagonal. V neckline, front and back with facings, burrito method. It's a really nice fun make. And then I made my winter version, which is a little different. I used a wool suiting material with a nice texture. That one on the inside is fully lined with a really lightweight cotton lawn because it's quite scratchy. It's not the best type of sensation on my skin at least, so I wanted that one fully lined. So those are beautiful, very different style. I hadn't worn a jumper like that since the 90s when I was in high school, because that was the type of uniform that I used. Then I finished the year with an encore skirt made in a beautiful wool material. It's so beautiful. It's got a lovely texture. The wool suiting isn't that amazing on the skin. It's also very transparent. So it had to be lined. So I show you how to fully line that one. There's a facing hack on the top of the waist as well, instead of the waistband. And that burgundy color is everything. I have a matching vest that I'd made about a year before from another pattern brand. So it's also a set, but it can be worn separately. And it's amazing. Love that. So there we have it, 57 makes in the whole year using Love Notions patterns last year. Let's see how many we get this year in 2025. Remember, the Love Notions site-wide sale is 30% off through Friday the 10th. If you use my code karina35, you get 35% off instead. So I highly suggest you use my code because you get more of a discount. That's all from me. I'll see you in 2 days with some new makes fresh from 2025. So you don't want to miss out. See you then.